Hi, so my name's Dan. I play Failzor, Briggs, Planetside 2, Briggs the Oceanic server, and it's just a little video of me and another guy, Frank Hammer, doing some harassing of the NC and VS battles that were going on Indal. It is when we recorded this, it was about 3 to 5 in the morning. That was our sort of play session. And we are, well, I'm not the best driver or gunner by any measures, but we had a lot of fun with the Marauder and Vulcan. I just wanted to sort of talk about some of the techniques and the mindset that we're going into doing the harassing. So this video is I think about 20 minutes, a long time, but this is a single run with the Marauder. So we'd found a Sundra setup over at squad waypoint here, and this is just sort of a technique for any wheeled or treaded combat. You want to try and angle your vehicle in a way that you can move backwards and forwards very easily without just to like dodge hits that are shots that are coming over. You'll see that we use this hill a lot. So I'm driving we use this hill a lot just to go sort of up over it, around it, use each side of it. We even do jumps off it to get out of the way of seekers and infantry. And yeah. I think my mic is actually picking up fucking birds here outside. Okay, so this is the spot that I kind of found and I liked for the remainder of this run. You just kind of drive up the trunk a little bit, and that means that the Phoenix rockets and the lock-ons and the AV turrets can't hit you. They can't get around the tree in time. If you tried to use the tree just as normal cover, then if you were too far back, Phoenixes would be able to guide themselves into you, and it's annoying. Anyway, so we sort of run up and down here. Sweet turbo jump. And this is another thing as well. If you're driving for a Marauder, and if you're Marauder gunning, you want to try and shoot people that are on the hill. You don't want to shoot down a hill or over a hill, but you want to shoot sort of at the hill, perpendicular. If you're getting your shots perpendicular to a hill, then the splash damage is going to do a lot more to the infantry that might be trying to hide there. Okay, so here as well, we use rocks. Frank's jumped in the back to just do a repair, and while he's in the back, you just sort of drift around a little bit of cruising speed. One of the things that it looks like they changed with game update 13, so this was recorded after game update 13. Here's some tanks that we're just sort of weaving in and out of, teasing them a little bit, unsettle them. But of course, you gun as a Marauder, so you're not even going to try and engage them. If we had the Vulcan on it, then maybe. So you can see again, like the whole try and get perpendicular shots, and if you're the driver, try and line those up for your gunner. I do most of my driving in third person just so that we can sort of peek around and stuff. Almost lost it. This was a good spot to just jump out, have a quick repair, and then jump back and get back on the road. If you've got 2 engineers, then you can repair it really quickly. And if you can't repair it very quickly, you can at least get enough so that you could get away safely. And the rocket to the left. Scene. And Frank takes him out. And then we just leg it. We're out of there. We're going back to our spot, our tree trunk. We get to our tree trunk and do a bit of a repair. So again, we could have stopped there and started repairing, but if there was a Phoenix on our tail, or if someone saw us go around there and decided to shoot a Phoenix, they'd be able to get an angle on it, and then it's just wasted time or potentially a wasted harasser. So I see that infiltrator and then Frank manages to get it before I get the roadkill, but I'm pretty sure there's a heavy as well. We come across the heavy side. No, it must be after. Anyway, again, so we just peek over a bit. Oh! So now, this is where like the lock-in in the back used to be really good, but since we can't get it at full speed, you've got to kind of stop and start. So I do a bit of stop and starting so that Frank can get a bit of a lock, just buying enough time so that he can repair it just enough so that we're not in the red anymore. We can hightail it out of there. The other thing with the Harasser as well is that while it's critical, it's slow as shit. So you don't even want to try and leg it at full speed. You're already going to be slow enough. You may as well just try and slow down a little bit more so that your gunner or your backseat engine can repair it. And then that way you can get a little bit more HP on the Harasser, and then, you know, again, get out of there, get to your repair spot, whatever. Dodge that rocket. That's just sort of the back and forth stuff as well. And I don't know what time, 6 minutes. So yeah, again, we're just sort of doing circles, driving around. He jumped out to repair then instead of jumping in the back seat. That's another thing as well. Sometimes it's better to get out rather than in the back seat. You can use your Harasser as cover from snipers, or if you're in the back seat and you get hit with a rocket, then you just lost your gunner / repair. Okay, so again, we're using that hill. We're just coming in from different angles. Do a drive-by. It's looking a little bit too hairy in terms of infantry there. I can't believe that road through the composite armor is a must. Small arms do nothing, and you can take a couple of bucket hits before you really screwed. There was a little bit of a boost roadkill. Okay, so we'll quickly go about that. I find, at least for me and my client side stuff, that if I line it up on someone to get a roadkill and then I boost, I generally get the roadkill. If I just drive through them, you kind of see what happened with that light assault back there. Like, it didn't really kill him. Pretty sure we're out of ammo here as well, so we've got to go back. And then a lib just comes out of nowhere and starts trying to take out our Harasser. We repair up and then get in a couple of hits. That lib took a few shots, but you just do a few circles around the ammo tower or something. Find something that gives you cover from the air. That doesn't really make sense. So Frank's in the back again. So when he's in the back, you got to slow down for your NGs now. When they're in the back, you can't repair at full speed. You know, they'll do something. So he just tops us up, and then we're off again. I think we're talking here or discussing what we're going to do. Oh, no. We were just waiting a little bit more so that the guys over at our Sunder that we were kind of farming would not. Yeah, it was one of those things. Is like I would expect someone who was harassing. Frank doesn't see this heavy. We jumped over. He gets in there. It's one of those things that's like, if I was an infantry there, I would be prepared for a harasser. So if you just kind of waste some time, it's more likely that people that went to a heavy loadout because they wanted to take out your harasser are going to go back to their preferred loadout, if it's light assault or medic or whatever. It's just kind of like a psychological thing, psychological war tricks that you can try. Like, if you go away and then come back, you've got a better chance of catching people off guard. If you just come straight, oh, right, enforcers. So there's a turret mounted enforcer on that Vanguard, and of course because it's Vanguard and we've got our Marauder, we aren't even going to try and tangle with it. Enforcers now seem to just really carry out. I don't know. It seemed, or it felt at least, that post update 13 they weren't as powerful, but we've through our session when we recorded this, the enforcers just tear you apart. Ooh. Oops. Should have been. Sorry. Computer went weird. I'm just doing this as a single edit as well. I really don't care enough to cut it up or anything like that. I might play audio levels so you can't hear these ones. I might leave them in. Okay. It's a 20-minute video. It's something. So we go up here because there's a infiltrator to the left there, and Frank sees him. And I thought he got the kill, but he didn't. And he just kind of drove up. So he's that infiltrator kind of got a freebie, especially against a marauder. So like single infantry should not survive. So that was just a little check to see how much turbo was left. That's probably the only reason that I would go into first-person view in a marauder, is to see how much turbo is left on recharging. Okay, so maxes here. So, I mean, in this case, there's not much. We can just park. I can just park and let Frank get some images. We boost it over that lightning, leg it out of there. Roadside traffic. So, okay, we've been hit a couple of times, so Frank's now just in the back. He's got a lock. So once he's got a lock, I can go a little bit faster, but you want to try and slow down when your gunner jumps in the back to get a lock on, to do some repairing. I think he overheated as well, but we found a bit of a safe spot, so now we're going to check out our minimap and figure out what we're going to be harassing next. Okay, so the other thing as well, I use TeamSpeak and I use the in-game recording client because I'm lazy, can't be bothered setting up full-on traps set up or broadcasting. We can't, well, I can't stream because Australia's internet is shit. So we see a Sundra down there. Frank tries to take a few shots at it. Doesn't really look like he gets any kills or anything like that. You see him repairing as well. And then they spotted us. So he gets a kill, but rather than like actually try and engage that now, because we just lost the element of surprise. And in a harasser, the element of surprise is everything. They're loud when they're near, but you can kind of sneak up on them pretty easily. They bounce around easy as well. See? So again, when I see him get in the back, it's cruise speed, and that just means that we can get a lock, we can keep moving, we don't have to be completely stationary, we don't have to be vulnerable, and most importantly, we're not wasting time, we're just sitting still. We can cruise around, take a look at what's going on, and get a few more easy kills like that. So strategies for driving, other than trying to get every road kit which you can, you want to use the cover. You want to use the environment. Here we've got this ravine that we sort of back, or these gullies that we sort of back out of, in and out of all the time. A couple of shots coming in, so I'm just kind of trying to keep it moving as much as possible. But when they stop, then you don't have to keep driving around. We can see they're over at the sea point there. Pretty sure I told him as well, so he just starts lobbing rounds in there. But not much going on. Genji making a run or a light assault. Tried to tell him, but it was too late. He missed it. See the turret looking around. He'd already missed that one. And then again, we're off. Just using this cover. So just park it here. No, we're not going. Oh, okay. Missed that roadkill. Got that one. The other thing as well that's super important is communication. You can't tell because, again, we use TeamSpeak while I am recording with the in-game client, so there's no actual audio recorded here, but we're constantly talking to each other, driver and gunner. Gunner's field of view is a little bit more limited unless they're tapping between third person, first person. Drivers in a harasser, you should pretty much just always be in third person view. The camera controls allow you to sort of peek around things, to look over things, so you'll see that, like, we'll look over a hill to see if there's anything there, anything worth hitting, and then because you're in third person, you can't really tag it for your gunner, but that's where the communication comes into it. So we tell each other we see something, and then if the gunner sees something, it's up to them to tag it, so that the driver knows where it is, especially on the minimap, and especially when you've got Vulcans. When you're doing Vulcan driving, this is just like sporadic, unpredictable driving, doing weird things, looking like you get stuck, kind of getting stuck, but then unsticking yourself, shooting rockets. Yeah, it's really important when you've got Vulcans, because most of the time the vehicles will pop up on the minimap, but sometimes they won't. So if you tag it, then your driver knows where the vehicles are. They know if they want to go in that direction, or to avoid that direction, or to start circling around that vehicle. Drive through sections of vehicles to try and split them up. Don't sit and try and toe-to-toe them, because, you know, two heavies will tear you apart if you sit in the middle of them. But if you just fly through, they might get a couple of hits on you, but you'll be able to kind of just sow confusion. So the VS are here at TR, and we just came out to the Sundra to grab some ammo. Not much going on. We tried to get a few kills, but nothing really there. Rather than try and engage this base,
sovereignty has taken the facility.
like that harasser driving up the stairs. It's alright. Sometimes it works, but you're just too easy a target. You know, like a couple of heavy assault can rocket you really easily at that kind of range. You're going to keep medium to long range until you decide to do a drive-by, or you're prepared to engage. So we go through broadcast. At the top of this road here as well, on this base, you want to have thermals on your gunner and tell them to be aware of mines. They'll be able to see mines all along here. So we'll kind of hightail it through, because I know that mines are really paying attention. And now we've spotted some stragglers. So we're just gonna, here we go again. So you can see there what we're talking about with perpendicular to the cover. When we're trying to shoot down the hill, even though we had the high ground, which strategically should be an advantage, it wasn't in this case, because shots are harder to land. Whereas if you are shooting up at a hill, not over a hill, but at a hill, the ground on a hill, your shots, the splash damage from your shots is just way more effective. So we're just kind of still cruising around. I think we go back to that spot, to our Sundra farming spot. We might go around the back. So here's a lightning that's kind of using our spot. Well, not using our spot, but he's found that Sundra. That Sundra has been there for a long time. But that's okay, because we're just mucking around, farming kills, not worrying about capture or anything like that. I mean, these guys are just, they're screwed. Don't do that. If you're fighting something that does splash damage, don't engage like that. Because they'll tell you, alright, oh, so, that is why having a boost in the ready is handy. When you get stuck like that, you just boost to get up to acceleration very quickly. Anyway, I'm Dan, a Failzor on Briggs from Jugger, and thanks for watching.